Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're shifting gears. No frantic news cycles, no productivity hacks. You are listening to The Pause.
Right.
And our goal today is really simple. We just want to step back from the noise and take a very slow, very deliberate look at the nature of experience itself.
It's an invitation to, stop analyzing the objects in your life.
The emails, the errands.
Exactly. All the endless news and start looking at the subject,
Yeah.
one who is actually experiencing it all.
And to guide us on this, we're looking at a source text called The Mirror of Consciousness, which is short, it's very poetic, but
Why not let that fool you?
no, do not let that fool you. It is incredibly dense. I mean, it basically challenges the structural integrity of reality as we know it.
It really does. It starts with a premise that, frankly, sounds a little ridiculous to the modern mind. It asks for this complete inversion of our perspective.
Let's just jump right into that first line, because this is where I usually get stuck. The text says, "You think you are in the world, but what if the world is appearing in you?"
Yeah, you think you are in the world. Let's just pause on that for a second. That feels like an undeniable fact, doesn't it?
It feels like the definition of sanity. I mean, I am here. I am a physical body. I'm sitting in this chair, inside a room, inside a building, inside a city.
Hmm.
The world is this massive, solid container, and I am just this tiny little object moving around inside it, like a marble in a box.
And that is the standard human operating system.
Right.
We feel separate. We feel small. There's me inside this layer of skin, and then there's the massive universe out there.
Right.
It's actually a very vulnerable position to be in, if you think about it.
Totally. I'm completely at the mercy of the container. If the roof falls in, I'm crushed. But the text just completely flips it. What if the world is appearing in you?
It's asking you to shift from a strictly physical definition of reality to an experiential one.
Okay, but hang on. I do want to push back on this just a little, because this starts to sound a bit like The Matrix. Or some solipsistic philosophy where nothing is real. I know the walls of the room you're sitting in right now are hard. If I walk into them, it hurts. So are we saying the wall isn't there?
No, not at all. We aren't denying that the wall exists. We are asking, how do you know the wall exists?
Well, I see it. I can reach out and touch it.
Right. You see it, you touch it. Those are perceptions. Where does the actual act of seeing happen?
I mean, in my eyes, in my brain.
Physiologically, yes.
Yeah.
But stick to your direct experience right now. Just close your eyes for a second.
Okay. Eyes are closed.
Now open them. The room just appears.
Yeah, it just floods in instantly.
That image of the room, the colors, the shapes, the depth, that entire image is appearing in your awareness. You have never actually experienced the room out there.
Wow.
You've only ever experienced the perception of the room in here.
Okay, I'm with you on a technicality there. It's almost like a VR headset.
That is a brilliant analogy.
Right, because if I'm wearing a VR headset, I see a world. I can turn my head, I can see a mountain landscape, but that entire landscape is actually happening entirely inside the headset.
Yes. Consciousness is the headset. Everything you have ever known, every face you've ever seen, every sunset, every star in the night sky has only ever appeared on the screen of your consciousness.
Which implies that the world isn't this giant container I'm trapped inside. In a weird way, I am the container.
Precisely. Think about a dream. When you dream at night, say you're walking down a street in Paris.
Okay.
There are buildings, there are other people walking by, you hear traffic noise. It feels 100% real. You feel like you are a tiny person in a big city.
Right. I can feel the cobblestones under my feet. I can feel, like, the anxiety of missing a train.
But when you wake up in your bed, where was that entire city?
It was in my head. It was all in me.
The city was appearing in you. You weren't in the city at all. The city was made entirely of your consciousness. The source text is suggesting that our waking state is not fundamentally different in its experiential nature.
It's more stable, sure.
Yes, it follows the laws of physics, but as an experience, it is appearing in you.
That's kind of dizzying. It makes you feel huge and tiny at the exact same time.
It does.
Because if the world is appearing in me, then I'm not just a victim of it. I'm the space it's happening in.
You are the space, and once you start to really see yourself as the space, you can start to look at what is actually filling that space. And the text gives us a list here. It outlines this parade of phenomena.
Right, the list. It says, let me find it. Sounds, thoughts, sensation, memory, all arising.
All arising.
Yeah.
Let's take these slowly, because we usually clump all of these things together in a big ball and just call it my life.
Right.
But let's tease them apart. Let's start with sounds.
Sounds. That seems like the easiest one to grasp.
Let's try it right now.
Uh-huh.
I want you and everyone listening to just listen. Don't go looking for a sound. Just let the sound come to you.
Okay.
What did you notice?
I heard the hum of the air conditioning. And faintly, a car horn way off in the distance.
Did you do anything to make those sounds happen?
No, they arrived.
They arose. Out of the silence, a vibration appeared. It hovered in your awareness for a moment, and then it vanished right back into the silence. You were the silent space that simply allowed the sound to pass through.
That's easy enough to accept with sound. I mean, I don't identify with a car horn. I don't walk around saying I am that honk.
No, of course not. You clearly witness it as an object. But now let's move to the next one on the list, the really big one. Thoughts.
Yeah, this is where it gets sticky for me, because while I don't think I'm a car horn, I definitely feel like I am my thoughts. I feel like I'm the author of them.
And that is the great human illusion. We think we are the thinker, but are you? Let's actually test it.
How do we test that?
Try to predict your very next thought. Before it happens, tell me exactly what it's going to be.
I can't. I don't know what it is until it's already here.
Exactly. You were waiting, and then pop a thought appears. I need to buy milk. Did I leave the stove on? I wonder what time it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. It bubbles up from the void, it dances in your attention for a second, and then it dissolves.
It's weird when you look at it that way. It's almost like thoughts are intruders. Especially those random weird ones.
Oh, the intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, like when you're standing near the edge of a subway platform and you suddenly think, I could throw my phone onto the tracks. And then you physically recoil, like, whoa, why did I just think that? I don't want to do that.
That's a perfect example. If you were truly the conscious author of your thoughts, you would only ever think positive, helpful, brilliant things.
Right. I'd be a genius all the time.
But you don't. You get old commercial jingles, you get random anxieties, you get absolute nonsense. They are just phenomena. They are just arising exactly like the traffic noise.
That is actually a huge relief to think about. If thoughts are just internal traffic, I don't have to take them so personally.
You don't have to board every single train that pulls into the station. You can just sit on the bench, watch it pull in, and watch it pull out.
Okay, so sounds arise, thoughts arise, the textless sensation next.
This brings us right into the physical body. We usually walk around thinking, I am this solid physical object. But close your eyes again and just feel your hand. Don't picture the shape of your hand. Just feel the raw sensation.
Okay.
What is it?
It's kind of vibrating, warm. It doesn't really have a defined shape in my mind when I don't look at it. It's just this patch of tingling.
Exactly. The shape is a mental concept added later. The direct, raw experience is just a cloud of sensation. And that sensation is constantly changing.
Right.
An itch arises. A tension arises. A wave of relaxation arises. It's a river of feeling just flowing through the space of you.
And then there's the last item on the list, memory. This one really trips me up. Because memory feels like it anchors me to the past. It feels like the ultimate proof of who I am.
This is perhaps the most subtle and profound point of the text. We think of memory as this physical file cabinet we go visit. But experientially, what actually is a memory?
It's a replay of something that happened.
But when does the replay happen?
It happens now.
Yes. A memory is a current thought about the past. You never actually leave the present moment.
Wow.
Even when you're completely lost in nostalgia about your childhood home, that image of the house is appearing right now. The emotional feeling of nostalgia is arising right now.
So the past is technically just another type of thought appearing in the present.
Experientially, yes. There's only the now. Sometimes the now contains a sound. Sometimes it contains a thought about the future. Sometimes an image of the past. But it's all happening on the exact same screen.
It's just a lot of flow. It's constant movement, sounds, thoughts, sensations, memories. It's like a kaleidoscope constantly turning.
It is. A never-ending parade. And then right after that list, the text drops the anchor. It asks a single, incredibly sharp question. Where?
Where?
If all these things are arising, where are they arising?
And my instinct, again, is to point to my head, to say, in here.
But we already established that the head you can physically touch is just another arising sensation. The visual image of your head is just another thought. So where is the actual experience happening?
It's really hard to put language to it. It's not a physical place with coordinates. It's not north or south. It's just here.
This open capacity. Think of the room you are in again. A room is defined by the empty space that allows the furniture and the people to be in it. Without the empty space, the room is useless.
Okay.
You are that space. You are the where. You are the open, aware capacity in which a thought can pop up, dance around, and leave. You are the silence that holds the sound.
It feels vast when you describe it that way. Like, I'm not the furniture. I'm the room.
You are the room. And this leads us directly to the logic of the witness. The text says, if you can observe it, it isn't what you are.
If you can observe it, it isn't what you are. This feels like the core logic tool of the whole deep dive.
It is the sword that cuts through all the confusion. It's simple subject-object logic. The eye can see a cup, so obviously the eye is not the cup. The eye can see a tree, so the eye is not the tree.
Okay, simple enough. I am clearly not my coffee mug.
But apply it inward. You can observe your hand, so you are not fundamentally your hand. If you lost your hand, you would still be there observing the absence of it.
Right. Still with you.
Now, can you observe your emotions? Can you say, I notice a feeling of anxiety in my chest?
I can. But this is where I start to struggle. Because when I'm actually anxious, it doesn't feel like I'm watching it from a safe distance. It feels like I'm drowning in it. It feels like I am anxious.
And that is the collapsing of the space. We merge with the object. Think of it like a movie screen. When a really scary movie is playing and the monster jumps out, you physically flinch. You completely forget you are sitting safely in a theater. You think you are in the movie.
Right, I get totally absorbed in the drama.
But the very moment you take a breath and say, oh, look, there is a feeling of anxiety arising, you have stepped back. You have remembered you are the screen.
Yeah.
The screen can show a raging fire, but the screen itself doesn't burn. The screen can show a massive flood, but the screen doesn't get wet.
So the witness, this awareness, is the part of me that is aware of the anxiety, but isn't actually anxious itself.
Exactly. The awareness of sadness is not sad. The awareness of anger is not angry. It is just aware. It is the wide-open sky allowing the storm clouds to pass through. The sky doesn't fight the clouds. It just holds them.
That is difficult to practice in the heat of the moment, obviously, but I can see how it changes everything. If I'm the sky, I don't have to fix the clouds. I just have to wait for them to pass.
You just have to be. You are the context, not the content.
Context, not content. I love that. But
Yeah.
if we take this to its logical extreme, and the source text does, it leaves us with almost nothing.
It does. It systematically strips it all away.
The text ends with this final question, so what is left?
Let's do this subtraction together. We aren't our clothes. We aren't our bodies. We observe those. We aren't our thoughts. Those just come and go. We aren't our emotions. We aren't our memories.
It feels a little scary, honestly. It feels like I'm peeling an onion, and I'm afraid there's going to be absolutely nothing in the middle, like I'm going to just disappear into a void.
That fear of the void is incredibly common. The ego, the character we play, is terrified of not existing. But let's look at what is actually left. When you stop thinking for a single second, do you cease to exist?
No, I'm still here.
But what is here? It has no shape. It has no color. It has no name. It's just a pure sense of being, a sense of I amness.
It's a very quiet hum, just a presence.
Think about that presence. Think about the you that was there when you were 10 years old. You looked out of your eyes at a classroom chalkboard. You had a distinct sense of being me.
I remember that clearly.
Now think of the you looking at me right now. Your physical body is completely different. Your cells have all been replaced. Your mind is full of totally different knowledge. Your personality has evolved. But the raw sense of being, has that changed?
Whoa. No, it hasn't. It feels exactly the same. The I that was 5 years old is the exact same I that is sitting here right now. It's like a constant background note.
It is the only thing in your entire life that hasn't changed. Everything else, your job, your relationships, your body, your beliefs, has changed. But the witness, the awareness, it is timeless. It was there then, it is here now.
And we ignore it because it's so quiet. We're entirely obsessed with the loud stuff, the fireworks.
We are addicted to the movie. But the text is inviting us to just rest as the screen, to turn our attention backward away from all the flashing objects and rest in that simple sense of, I am.
So what is left? It's not nothing. It's everything. It's the open potential for everything.
It is the pause. It is the peace that passes understanding simply because it doesn't require understanding. It just requires being.
You know, usually on these deep dives, we try to wrap things up with a key takeaway or a tactic, something you can go use at work tomorrow. But that feels completely wrong here.
There is no tactic.
Yeah.
The moment you try to use this, you've turned it back into a thought. You've turned it into an object.
So the only thing to do is just notice.
Notice throughout your day when you feel totally overwhelmed, just ask yourself, what is observing this?
And that question just snaps you back.
It snaps you out of the movie and back into the theater seat. You remember, you are the open space where the stress is happening, and you are always large enough to hold it.
It's a complete shift in identity, from the small, vulnerable object to the open, invulnerable space.
And that space is always there. It's there right now, underneath the sound of our voices. It's the silence that is listening.
I think that's the perfect place to land today. We don't need to add any more words to this. We just need to let that final question sit. So, what is left?
Just be with that.
You've been listening to The Pause, and we'll be back at 8 a.m. tomorrow.